when this saturation is completed, right? Listen to me carefully. When the saturation is completed for all the islands like Barbados, Grenada, half of Tobago, Speyside, Tobago will also get affected by the hurricane. Going up the chain of the Lesser Antilles, the islands, Grenada, St. Vincent, Grenada and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica Republic, Puerto Rico, they will all be affected by Thurian. But before it goes up to Puerto Rico, it has to make a stop and then to build into a hurricane. It can just dive into a hurricane just like that. And tonight I'm going to be explaining to you all how hurricane started. Well, I know I already explained that to you all already a few years ago, but I will just, refresh your mind a little bit. All right.
And I hope you feel the same way too. The goodness of your works will carry you through. You good unto others, and I will do the same for you. Keep it a child, my friend, and you will prove what I'm saying is true. Love.
Also, I'm going to be explaining about the hurricane to also affect Florida. Yes, to affect Florida. There's a new tropical disturbance. They call it a new tropical depression. They call it a depression. I don't think that's a nice word to use when they're describing hurricanes or new storms and stuff like that. But there's a new tropical disturbance near Florida, close to Bahamas. Now that is going to do a whole new level of saturation for America, and I'm going to be showing you all tonight where the places where that hurricane, all right, well, right now is a tropical disturbance or depression, whatever, off the coast of the east coast of America. As you all know, that is going to be doing the saturating inland, right? So that's going to create the saturation for inland. So all the other places like Atlanta, Georgia, are going to be telling you all about that. And on tonight's live, right, I'm going to tell you all where this tropical storm going besides Thurian. As I told you all last night, there's supposed to be a new formation of a new storm again, right now. The storm that formed this evening around 5 p.m. all right, is going to head to Florida. But before it reaches to Florida, there's something special that is going to happen. All right, there's something that never happened. These storms, you see Thurian, what they call Thurian, and the other storm, when it forms, it will be called I think it's Ike. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Irene. The new storm will be called Irene. But the truth is, after Thurian reached up to the Caribbean, after Thurian reached up to, let me say, halfway to Grenada, there will be a next storm again forming. Now this storm will do saturation for places like Rio Claro and Diego Martin. All right. Remember that Trinidad had a lot of different saturation or atmospheric tsunamis happening, right? So if you don't believe, just go back and look at the news. Look at the news, and you will see where all had rains and stuff like that, and then you will know what I do. I was thinking about compiling a full video to show you on the live today, but I didn't get that done. But anyhow, let's go back and look at all where the storms happen. All where the storms happen, where they call it a freak storm. There's nothing called a freak storm. Let me be real. There's nothing called a freak storm. Anytime anything that picks up with wind and anything that moves around trees or break trees or anything like that is a storm. Nothing called a freak storm. And that is a term being used by the weather personators and them who talk continually about, not only the weather impersonator do that, you know, the people who does do the seismic people, USGS, they too does say and talk about aftershocks and aftershocks. It's the same deception going over and over and over. I'm here to clear the air to make you understand there's nothing called an aftershock. Anything that happened in the same place after an earthquake is indeed an earthquake. There's nothing called an aftershock. Alright? Or for shock. That's bullshit.
It's the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of Father. If your neighbor come begging you something, don't say go and come tomorrow. Give it now while you can. And I know, Jah will bless you. Oh, love is the answer. There ain't no other. We must exercise our love by forgiving and helping. We should teach others what they need to learn. Forgive them even when your heart burns. Love, I'm feeling. Love, that's true meaning. Love, I'm feeling. Oh yeah. Love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer.
So what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna be doing in the next 5 minutes, I will be explaining about the tracking of Thurian and where Thurian is exactly going and where the storm will stop and build into a hurricane. I will also be explaining of the other storms to come to do saturation for different places. Oh yeah, before I forget, there is a place right now, Africa, Angola, Zambia, all those different places right now is burning more than the Amazon, right? So I want to put this question to the public, to everybody who's listening, right? Is it possible that the same government who so-called burning down the Amazon is the same government that burning down places like in Greece or we call it place, boys, Alaska, close to Anchorage? It's a fire going on right now close to Anchorage. All right, close to Anchorage, those are places where I had earthquakes. Remember that, right? Those are places where I had intense earthquakes or intense seismic activity there, right? So is it possible that the same government, the Brazil government, who so-called burning down the Amazon, is the same government that burning down Alaska, the same government that burning down Angola, Zambia, Africa, right? The same government that burning down Greece, right? All you need to think. There is no way that the same government who burning down Brazil is the same one burning down South Africa and all those different places where have forest fire, right? And I explained to you already that the forest fires that is happening, it is supernatural, right? It's supernatural because it's the creators who lighten fire, burning down the forest, so that the mega catastrophic tsunamis could flow very easy. You all don't think. Anything they say, you all will just run with it without questioning the authority.
Love of Father, love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of Father, love I am feeling, love lasts through me. Love lasts through me. I will always do the good I can. War and hatred I can't stand. And I hope you feel the same way too. The goodness of your words will carry you through. Do good unto others, and I will do the same for you. Ooh, give it a try, my friend, and you will prove what I'm say it's true. Oh, love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of the Father.
All right, come on, guys. 100 shares. This is the live way again, the real news. Don't run to Trinidad and Tobago Weather Center. Don't run to Weather Center. Don't run to none of them because they don't have an idea of what's really going on. They can't even say where Thurian will go next, right? They can't even say. But from tracking, according to their calculation, it's going to come into the Caribbean island. But I'm telling you all, there's going to be a switch going to be happening. There's going to be a swing of this storm. This storm going to be a swing because it has to be used to do a little damage and a little saturation.
Love is the answer. Show love is the answer. Got to live it.
Like I'm talking to you, Sherry. Sherry, not everybody, not every day is Monday, you know. Not every day is Monday, eh?
I will always do good I can for a nation I can't stand. And I hope you feel the same way too. The goodness of your works will carry you through. Do good unto others, and I will do the same for you. Give it a try, my friend, and you will prove what I'm saying is true. Love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of the Father. If your neighbor comes begging you something, don't say go.
The world is completely lost. They don't know what's going on at all, right? They just hear a news station like CNN and one of them say something and they just run with it, right? No, the Amazon is not being burned just by itself or just by coincidence. Is it coincidence that Ecuador too is burning at the same time when Amazon is being burnt? No, you all don't think. Same thing happening in Australia too.
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Don't neglect the farming, sparring in the mud. Yet they want to be the first to reap the food as it was. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and poor house. Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure house. Now take the microchip and over wrath of poor out. Less food, more shout and more mouth. Oh, Rasta tell them all the while. The war and go till the side. So fighting for land and all. Baby coil, so many got the file. So you must speak in them face and take that with a smile. The wrongs of the Nile, so mild so fertile.
It's not political, sorry. Alright? It's not political. They brainwash humanity to believe that it's really political because the so-called the tribes of the Amazon went to court and blah 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 blah. We know all about that nonsense, right? We know that they went to court and they win the case against the government, blah blah blah. But I already explained some months ago before they even went to court. I talk about the fires to happen on the earth. I talk about the forest fires to happen in Ecuador, to happen in Trinidad. I talk about the heat waves. I talk about the droughts. I talk about all the things that are happening on the earth. All the things that are happening on the earth. I already spoke about it already. So this shouldn't be no shocking to those who are already listening to the live. To those, for those who are accustomed listening to the live, this not supposed to be no shocker at all.
People acting wild, pick up cannibal style. Want the bow, mama, papa, and child. Oh, so like seed and let it bust her. Them said them think that take too long to grow and start to cuss her. I couldn't trust them when those are so I trust her. Such is life, them say I trust her. I see cash her eyes, so them call this Scotland. Some say fi government, some say fi Matalan. Still no one share, although them got a lot of land. Them want be done a gun range and shut a land. But stop tell them all the while, so war and go till the side. Stop fighting for land and all. Be the coil, so many go defile. So they must speak in them face and take the
So, this is what I'm bringing to your attention right now. The whole world attention now is on the Amazon. You see, the government or the media, right? They make the Amazon as a public distraction. Yeah, they make the Amazon a public distraction. And if you don't know, right now they're marching in in Brazil. Right now they are marching in Brazil. Right now they're marching. Right. I mean that the people in Brazil is marching because the people in Brazil believe that it's the government who start the fire in the Amazon. So now my question is to the public is, if the government did start the fire in the Amazon, right? That is what they tell out here. If they did start the fire in the Amazon, why will they need help? Listen to me carefully. Why will the government of Brazil, all right, send out for help or ask for help from other countries, right, to aid in outing the fires? You all don't think. That's the problem with humanity. They don't think. Alright? So let me just phrase this question again. My question to you, the public. Right? If the government of Brazil did, right, start the fires in the Amazon, why do they need aid to out the fire? You all don't think. Therefore, it's not the government that start the fire. Not the government at all. It's the Creator, Yahuwah, who started all these fires on the earth to clear the paths. I'm going to say it one more time. Yahuwah, the Almighty, yes, the Almighty, the true Almighty, Yahuwah, El Elyon. He is the Creator, and He is the one bringing the earth to judgment, right? Jesus is bringing the earth to judgment. Buddha, Allah, and all of these other deities, they are not bringing the earth to judgment. It's Elohim. Elohim, the Creator, is bringing the earth to judgment. And if you all can't see or open your eyes to understand, there's a complete switch or a complete difference in the way the earthquakes happening. The sequence of the earthquakes. Every 5 minutes an earthquake happening. Every 5 minutes an earthquake happening. Right? Elohim bringing the earth to judgment. They're bringing the earth to an end. But the sad thing is that nobody else on the earth, nobody else on the earth is talking about the world coming to an end. They're only talking about, we will live on the next planet and all them kind of bullshit. That is all deception. The world is coming to an end, right? It's those who are sheeps. Right, those who are sheeple, who into the religion and into the traditions of this world, they cannot see that the world coming to an end because they are spiritually blinded. Because they are spiritually blinded and they have the tick blinders on their eye, they can't see. Right, they can't see because they are spiritually blind and lost. Is the truth? Is the truth?
That's man the bombs at the Nile, so mile and so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile, become cannibal style. One the bow, mama, papa, and child. Politician not talk, certain thing them not mention. Say a jobs and gun, the people tax money spent for. Come with plastic smile and them wicked intention. In your honor, I with them put them evil invention. Turn gun model, seeking attention. See them know you there and that is no redemption. Wearing some wonder where to get the first centrum. To bury the blood, them not even got pension. But I tell them all the while, so pour and go till the side. So fighting for land and Lord. Baby coil, so many go defile. They must have fit in on them face and that with a smile. The bones are in oil, so mile and so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile, become cannibal style. One the bow, mama, papa, and child. To see my people living in love, I hate to see them fighting and and swimming in blood. Nothing but the farming, scarring in the mud. Yet them wanna be the first to pick the fruit as it bud. Oh, them turn the us in a piece in church and poor house. Love me from part, them hate the people house. Them take the microchip and override but poor out. Less food, more mouth and more doubt. Oh yeah, Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the side. Stop fighting for land and the high. Be the coil, so many go define. Let master speak in the face and tell that
so when you have all kind of different evil things going on in the Amazon, human sacrifice, child sacrifices, all kind of evil devilish things taking place in the Amazon. Yahuwah burning down the Amazon, right? But yet all they're blaming it on the government. And now the media is using that as a major distraction. And now all of a sudden, during the forest fires in the Amazon, Donald Trump come out now and say that he is the chosen one. Really? Donald Trump came out and tell the public or the world that he is the chosen one that God chose, right? That he is the chosen one rather. But Donald Trump is the beast. Donald Trump is not the Antichrist. And no, Donald Trump ain't making way for the Antichrist. The Antichrist already come already. The Antichrist already there already. And it's the Antichrist who running the American government. It's not Trump enough. No, you see, you all, if you all understand how deep the rabbit hole really is, if you all really understand the depths of the rabbit hole, if you really go into the depth of the rabbit hole, then you will be like, wait, so you mean to say the whole of America blinded? Yes, the whole world, right, is seated, rooted, and grounded, except those who are in Elohim, right? They are rooted and grounded in unrighteousness, in ungodliness, in worldliness. All these things will not allow you to inherit eternal life, because it is a standard of this world, not a standard of the creators. And if it's not a standard of the creators, then you will be left behind. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're serving Jesus, Mary, whoever deity that they give you to serve, right? You are a slave of this society. You are a slave of this world. As long as you remain in unrighteousness, as long as you remain in religions and in traditions, right? As long as you remain, right, in that standard or in that foundation, you will be left behind. You will not be able to enter the kingdom of Elohim, right? Because your garment will be completely stained, your garment will be completely dirty. Alright, now this is a fact, this is the truth. Alright, Donald Trump is the beast, Obama is the Antichrist, right? And is the Antichrist who really running the show in America? It's not the beast, right? But the beast is the one have to take up the slack, right? If you have common sense, you will understand what I mean by the beast. Donald Trump have to take up the slack from the Antichrist and continue the agenda. And that's what Donald Trump did. Yeah, when Donald Trump was elected president, Donald Trump promised that he will get rid of homosexuality, because homosexuality don't belong in his school. Just look at since Donald Trump, right? Let's look at since Donald Trump is president in America. Let's look at how much evil things. Just look at how much evil things now have influenced the public. Just look at it. Just look at it. If you truly know the rabbit hole, or how deep the rabbit hole really is, then and only then you will understand, right, that the world, right, is completely lost, and the world serves their enemy and not the creators. People acting fine, them pick up candy all the time. I love to see my people living in love. I hate
to see them fighting and swimming in blood.
Sherry, to be honest, physics is pure bullshit, pure rubbish. There's no planet alignment bullshit going on where Nibiru and Planet X, Brongdorf Star, Samuel Hoffman. I know all of them, and all of them Samuel Hoffman. I know all of them who pushing this agenda for the Illuminati. All of them who pushing the agenda for NASA. I know all of them. Samuel Hoffman, all right, Bobby Allen, and all the other sky watchers and them. They are the ones pushing this new age, Nibiru, Brongdorf Star, Pluto, Nebulous, and all them kind of bullshit, rubbish that they're teaching people, which is complete rubbish. That is not the truth. That is not the truth. There's no Nibiru, no Planet X, none of them bullshit out there. What you are seeing, the different color stones or different color disc, I will use a disc where you all can understand. The different colors that you're seeing, right, by the sun represent a second sun or a second moon. Some of them, you might see them red, right, that is a red foundation stone. You might see them green, that is a green foundation stone. That is a blue foundation stone. Purple foundation stones. Those are the 12 foundation stones of the New Jerusalem. They tell another shit, they teach another rubbish, complete bullshit, especially Mark, Elkin and them. They're teaching you all about electric pulse and the sun, and they're teaching you all the sun letting go some kind of shit rays. All them kind of thing is just new age teachings. Them thing is just bullshit. Them thing have no significance at all to righteousness, no significance at all to truth. The world is lost. Accept that. The world is completely lost because they believe in rubbish, because they believe in lies, and they will see the kingdom for themselves, and they won't be able to enter at all.
We got the farmings, in the mud, yet they want to be the first to reap the food as it falls. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and poor house. Don't be rum bar, yet them eat the pure house. Them take the microchip and over rag of pour out. Less food, more chout and more mouth. Oh, Rosa tell them all the while. So war and go till the side. So fighting for land and all. We big oil, so many go defile. We must speak in them face and take that with a smile. The farms of the Nile, so wild and so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. People acting wild, pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa and child. Oh, soul and seed and let it bust her. Them said them think they take too long to grow and start to cuss her. I couldn't trust them and those as though I trust her. Such is life, them say I just her. I see cash eye, so them call this Scotland. Some say fi government, some say fi Matalan. Still no one share, although them got a lot of land. Them want be done a gun range and shut a land. But stop tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the side. Stop fighting for land and all. Be the coil, so many go defile. They must speak in them face and take that with a smile. The one stop the Nile, so mild and so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile, pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa and child. Politician not talk, certain thing them not mention. Get a jobs and gun, the people tax money spent for. Come with plastic oil and them wicked intention in your hand. And when them put them evil invention. Turn gun.
It's like a family reunion. Zion in a visa. Jah was there and meet everyone. Stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Everything sweet, so real. The one that stopped Jah, I could feel. His love filled me up. Oh Lord, I didn't want to wake up. I saw Zion in a visa. Jah was there and meet everyone. Stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. We were all singing the same song, giving praises to the Almighty One. All I could feel was happiness, surrounded by...
So let me ask Sorry, let me ask you something. Wow, he's a real brainwashed sheeple boy. I don't feel sorry for them, I don't feel sorry for them, because you know what? Well, they will never wake up. Christians will never, they will never ever wake up. It's too late. It's too late now. These Christians will never wake up. They will never wake up. Even the Hindus and all different religions, they're too deep in it. They will never wake up. So it's best to destroy them all. You know, they will never ever wake up. Sorry, let me ask you a question. Who chose Donald Trump? Who chose him? If he wasn't elected, who chose him? I want to hear who chose him. If he wasn't elected, right, as you say he wasn't elected, who chose Donald Trump, right? Let me know. I saw you can say Jesus chose him, eh? Wow, they really deceive all their boy. Wow, real deception.
I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. There's no room for the ungodly, none for the workers of iniquity. Only
wait, let me ask you Trinidadians something. Trinidadians, I want to ask you all something. I want to ask you all a beautiful question. Trinidadian, who chose Dr. Rowley? Who chose your president that doesn't do nothing for your country? Who chose your president? Yes, your president. Who chose she as president? Who chose your prime minister? Trinidadians are asking a question, right? Who chose your prime minister? Please let us know in the comment section. Americans, who chose... anybody from America, wherever you're from, who chose your ministers on them for you, right? Right? Who chose your ministers on them for you, right? If you can tell me somebody who chose your minister for you, but then I will break it down in pieces. I promise to break it down in little syllables, real little syllables, and explain to you why you're wrong, right? So tell me who chose Donald Trump or who chose Dr. Rowley as prime minister. You think it's the people? Well, let me hear from the public now.
in hearts and clean hands, so be good, oh little one. I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Everything seems so real. The oneness of Jah I could feel. His love filled me up. Oh Lord, I didn't want to wake up. I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. I saw Zion in a vision. Hey, yeah, hey. We were all singing the same song, giving praises to the Almighty One. All I could feel was happiness, surrounded by righteousness.
You see, well, bye, Sherry. Bye. Well, it was nice having you on the live, though. It was nice. Really nice having you on the live. Right? But I'm not being rude. I'm being honest. And I'm being straightforward. You'll never hear, your pastor will never speak straightforward. Right? Your pastor, your so-called prophets and them, they will never speak straightforward to you. They will never ever speak. The way how I'm speaking straightforward, there's nobody on the earth that speak like me. Nobody. When I say nobody, there's nobody on the earth that speak like I. Nobody on the earth that is really stand up for righteousness, that is really speak the truth with no fear. Right? Nobody. It are nobody on the earth, right, other than I, who will come out and tell the public the actual truth of what really going on, or the agendas of the Illuminati. But you little goons and little sheeples, right, completely brainwashed. You're saying I rude by teaching you the truth. Well, if you take it by I rude, well, that's you. You know what I mean? But it's a cool scene over here, you know. I take a cool breeze because I know I'm telling you the truth. So your blood is not on my hand, right? Being the divine messenger of Elohim is everybody's enemy. You know what I mean? Everybody hate me because of I teaching you the truth. Because I teaching the truth, a truth that is not of this world. I am teaching something that is not of this world. If therefore you have the worldly teachings in you, the worldly teachings will cause you to rebel against righteousness, against what I am actually teaching you in truth.
Zion in a vision. I mean it. Zion in a vision. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw Zion in a vision. I was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Family reunion. I saw Zion.
So what Gmax Coral says here, what Gmax Coral said, he said he saw Zion in a vision, right? And they were all gathered as a family. It was a family reunion. It wasn't a Christian get together. It was no Christian get together. It is a family reunion. That is the reason why not everybody will be raptured. All of them who playing Christians on them, all of them who playing Christians, all the ones who playing Christians, right? Those are the ones that will be left behind, because those are the ones who signed the soul. Those are the ones who will defend unrighteousness, will defend religion, will defend their religion, or will defend the belief system. You know what I mean? All of them who pretending that they are Christians and they are Muslims and all them kind of thing, yeah, they are pretending. They are pretending, because that is what they learn, right? They learn that Christianity is the way to the heart of God. But the truth is, if you flip the word God around, you get dog. So there's no way that the creation could be your creator. Think about it. There's no way a dog could be your creator. There's no way at all, because your minds are twisted up in so much of different deceptions. The truth is in front of you, and you cannot see it. You cannot even discern what is the truth and what is the lie, because you support both. You support both truth and the lie, but you're more going forward, right, in the lies than in the real truth that I'm teaching you here. So you see, right? So you see, some people have no brains, boy. They really have no brains to think, right? So the world is so deceived, so much of deceptions, so much of lies, so much of lies and deceptions, so much of manipulations, right? That is the reason why the Illuminati could use whoever they want, right? Who they already brainwash, right? Once they brainwash you a certain way, once they program you a certain way to believe that NASA went to the moon and there are magnetic planets and there are planets out there and there's space, right? And Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, and all them kind of lies and deception that never ever happened, right? But they give you all a fabricated history. They fabricate a history and give you that and say, here, this is your history, right? Learn it in school, and you teach your generation that, and that generation teach their generation that. So it continues to be a generational curse. You see, that is how the generational curse continues, when they continue to rebel against the righteousness of the Creator, right? So no Christians on the earth, none of the Christians on the earth really keeps the true Shabbat. They don't keep the true Shabbat. They don't honor the true Shabbat at all. They don't keep none of the commandments at all. They are all frauds. All the Christians on the earth, right? They are being manipulated by their own illusion, by their own self-righteousness, right? They have a self-righteous way about them. They are being manipulated continually, right? Now to talk about Mr. Vegas now. I had to talk about Mr. Vegas. I'm a boy, you know, but Mr. Vegas now talking about black people is free. Black people will never be free. White people will never be free. You know why? Because we live in a world of mental slavery. Because we live in a world of mental slavery, hence the reason why that black people or white people will never be a free people, because because they are still hooked up in the ways of the world, and they celebrate birthdays, and they celebrate Carnival, Easter, Christmas, big ham, big pig. They just eat all the ungodly things, all the unholy things, all the desecrated things that Yahuwah said, right? In all the things that Yahuwah said not to eat or not to consume, humanity consuming it. The Christians consuming it, right? The Christians are eating pig, and pig is not supposed to be eaten, right? Because of the different what do you call it again? Because of the different parasites and different things, right, in pork meat. You're not supposed to eat all them ungodly things. All them things is not clean. Them things is unclean to eat, right? It is written right there. Right there is written, right, that you're not supposed to eat, right, anything that is unclean, right? You're not supposed to worship no idols, right? Idols like Allah, Buddha, Ganesh, all of them is idol. Jesus Christ, right? This other guy, this I can't remember all the religions, but the world has so much of religions, The world have plenty religion. Everybody on the earth have a religion. Everybody. Only those who set apart, truly set apart in righteousness in Elohim, have no religion. Everybody else on the earth have a religion, and therefore they are part of the system of the world. Therefore they will hate us who is truly righteous. You see why the wrath of Yah coming up on the earth? All right.
Stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Oh, I see, and I saw, where you live. I saw Zion in a vision. I was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Zion in a vision. I was there amidst everyone, stretching for his right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion.
Olena, me begging for people to listen to me again, you know. Maybe I sound like a begging for it to listen to me. I'm begging. I want it to listen to me. Well, you do have a choice. You do have a choice. You have to listen to me. You have to. That is the commandments. That is part of the commandments of Elohim. That is in the book of Revelation, right? You have to listen to me. You listen to your pastors and all of them, and they're misleading you. They're misleading you. You listen to different groups. You listen to different deception. You listen to government. You listen to ministers. You are all deceived. They're deceiving you over and over and over and over again. Government come, government go is the same deception. The same thing I explaining from earlier on with Donald Trump and Obama is the same thing. You all don't understand. All right, one government come and one government say, okay, well, we will fulfill our promise. The government make out the full 5 years and they never fulfill that promise. Next government come, they say we go work on that promise that the other government didn't put into action. That government will start the promise because they want you to vote for them the next election coming after the next 5 years. So they want you to have some confidence in them so that you will hold on to their party, so that you will remain rooted and grounded in their program or mind control. Is a sort of mind control. Election is a mind control, you know, a complete mind control. Everybody who voted, they control. They are mind control, not by their own emotions, but by the different political parties, right? They are influencing the public differently. One party will say, okay, well, we promise to build a box drain. Next party will say, okay, we promise to build a broad walk. Next party, they will say, well, okay, we will fix all the roads we will fix, right? But when that party do come in, instead of seeing about the the important things, instead of putting your country first or your people first, right? You put outsiders first who didn't contribute to the building of your country, or who wasn't even there, or who was not even citizens of that country. My point is, government come, government go, you're wasting your fucking time, right? You're wasting your time, because all they want is just power and want to enslave you over and over and over again. So government come, government go. The people are slaves, right? They will believe one party, right? Let me say, for example, the PNM party right now in Trinidad. The PNM party, I think they come into end of 5 years. All of a sudden now, you're seeing certain roads patching up, and you're seeing they will patch here, and you see they go clean the rivers and all them kind of stupid, simple things. It's called bribery. To bribe you to vote for them. But the truth is, when you vote for the government, right? When you vote for a particular political party, perhaps. If you vote for a political party, right? Your vote don't really go, or your vote don't really count, right? According to a political party, it's according to the UN or the United, what do you call them again, boy? It's according to the UN, right? According to the United Nations, the Council of the Ungodly, according to the Illuminati, let me put it so, according to the elites, right? If the elites realize the votes that you haven't, right, is a vote based on you will have a certain popularity, or you will have a certain influence over the people. That is how the elites put government in power. Because, for example, they say, okay, well, here what now? We have nobody else to put in government, right? For example, the Bart Simpson movie, right? The Bart Simpson movie is elite owned. The elite own the whole media is owned by the elites. So therefore, before they can execute the agenda, what they did, they put the agenda of Donald Trump being president in the Bart Simpson movie 4 years before he was elected. 4 years he was elected president, before he could even think of being president, before you could even think of Donald Trump being president. They put it there in the newspaper, right? They put it there on Bart Simpson. They put it there on different cartoons and things, right? So when you see it now, you'll be like, wow, Bart Simpson predicting the future. No, dummy. It was pre-planned. It was something they already planned already. They planned already to use Donald Trump in the end, and then use the name Trump. This is the most important part. Use the name Trump to pull in the Christians, because the Christians and all the other denominations, they think that Donald Trump is the last trumpet. That is the reason why the elite name him Trump. If you go and do your research way back, then you will discover that Donald Trump parents were 33-degree Freemason. They were elites. All right, let me just set my body for a while. I'll listen to this tune.
Everything seems so real on the subject. I could feel His love filled me up. Oh Lord, I didn't want to wake up. I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching forth His right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. We were all singing the same song, giving praises to the Almighty One. All I could feel was happiness, surrounded by righteousness. I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching forth His right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. Zion in a vision. Jah was there amidst everyone, stretching forth His right hand. Oh, it's like a family reunion. There's no room for the ungodly, none for the workers of iniquity, only pure in heart and clean hands. So be good, oh little ones, I saw Zion in a vision. Jah was there and meet everyone, stretching forth his right hand.
So let people laugh at me. Let them continue to laugh at me. They are the fools. Everybody who laughing at this life, you are fools. Complete fools. Complete slaves. And you will remain slaves until the day you die. Because that's where you are. That's where you are. Slaves. You ain't gonna do a blasted research. You'll believe anything the media puts out. Okay, you know why? Internet is powerful. The internet is powerful. You know why the internet is powerful? The internet is powerful? Because the elites could influence the people however they want it. That is the reason why they never cut off the internet. Right? Because they're using the internet as a tool to influence the people. The internet is a tool being used for good and evil. The internet is a tool being used for more evil than good. Example of something being good. Pretending to be good. No. When somebody, right? When somebody, anybody, when they're going to help a poor person, right? When they're going to help a poor person on the street, let me say a needy person, that are posted up on Facebook. Why you are to post up on Facebook, right? Why you are to post up on Instagram what you're doing for somebody from your heart? That is a sorting. That is an agenda, right? So they're pretending to be good, posting it up on Instagram, posting it up on Facebook, and tweeting about it. Well, you know, I help a poor person today. I take off my jersey and I give a poor person to wear, right? That is not charity, folks, all right? Showing what you're doing for somebody. Not supposed, not the whole world, not supposed to know about it. You have no reward from Elohim. Those are not good deeds at all. You can do something for somebody, claim you did it from your heart, but yet you're blaspheming in your way. Because you're talking about, well, you know, only look at me. I just take off my jersey, I take off my shoes, and I help this person. When you do good deeds, it's supposed to be done in secret. Not for the whole world to know about your secret. Once the world know about your secret, you're looking for fame. You're looking for charity. You're looking for people to help you, or you're looking for people to push a certain agenda to say, well, you know what? Well, he really helping, boy. Wow, look at him. Where he's showing so much love. He's showing so much love to that poor person, and you feel so much, gratitude, and you feel so happy for this person. When you don't see it, fucking wrong. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. You can do something for somebody and then advertise it, or doing something at the same time, but you're advertising it for the world to see it. That is not good deeds. They're just fucking fooling around. They're fooling around over and over and over and over. You think Elohim not see it? Listen, you're wasting fucking time. Every time you do something for somebody, you have to post it up on Facebook. You do something for somebody, you claim you do it from your heart, bam, you put it up on Facebook. And you say, no, bro, doing this for you. But when the real test and trial come, bam, you post up on Facebook. I give bro this. This is why I give bro. Or this is why I give sis. This is why I contribute. This is why I help him with. Or this is why I help her with. You think you will receive blessing for that? You're wasting time. you won't receive blessing for that. Anything that you do from your heart should be done in secret. It shouldn't be done when the whole world, boy, the whole world knowing about that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Whatever you do, it should be from your heart. Should be from your heart. Right? Every good gift comes from the Father. But how you expect to get good gifts from the Father when every good deed that you so-called do, you post it up on Facebook, you go on and tweet about it. Yeah? You just imagine you're giving somebody a roll of toilet paper, you're giving them a box of food, you gotta fucking advertise it. Yeah? You gotta advertise it. That is completely wrong. That is not good deeds. And most of you become cursed for doing that. Although it might be a good deed to you, but the person who receiving it feeling very, very hurt. Because what you're supposed to be doing is doing it secretly. Not supposed to be videotaping it. You're not supposed to be coming on Facebook and talking about it. That's supposed to be done in secret. That is something that you do in your heart, from your heart for that particular person. Right? Every time you come on Facebook and you post about it, right, you break that promise. You break that bond that you make with that person. You break the bond because you tell that person, well, you know I'm helping you. You take out your shoes. You take out your nice $1,000 Jordan, and you get that poor person. Bam, post up on Facebook. You're taking pictures with the poor man. You don't know what the poor man going through. No, you don't know. You don't know. You just poppy showing poor people out there. You're poppy showing them because you want to be famous on Facebook now, boy. It's the same thing what Devika doing. You all understand what I'm saying? The same so-called foundation, right, that she have, the Red Dragon, whatever foundation she have, is fucking followers she looking for. She not doing it from she heart. When you're doing something from your heart, you're not supposed to publicize it. It's the same papi show. She just looking for followers. That is the reason why she a strong fucking Hindu, strong Christian, strong Muslim, strong poor people, right? She riding the back, right? She, because you know why? She sit on fame. Like a little waking up and saying, it's all for followers. It's all to be famous. It's not about bringing glory to the kingdom of Elohim. It's not about bringing truth to the people to truly set them free from bondage. It's all a deception, folks. It's all for followers. I don't do this for followers. I just ask you for anything. No. She have a PayPal account. She have a bank account. Just imagine for you to get read it. You have to pay $500 for a read it. You come on now, people. Come on now. Most people wouldn't listen to me at all because I'm talking straightforwardly. I am talking straightforward and only hate righteousness. Hate to be corrected in righteousness. Hate to be corrected in love. So go and love the fakeness. Go and love the deceptions. And go and embrace the lies. Because that's what all I want. Because if all I really wanted the truth, sit down and listen. Sit down and listen to what I'm saying. Nah. I ain't wasting that time, right? I ain't wasting that time at all. Anything you do, supposed to be done from your heart, not publicize it for everybody to know that you do a good deed. That is not a good deed. That is not a good deed. That is looking for fame. Yeah? That is looking for freaking fame. Right.
Love me. Things that I say, I do them all in my own way. So don't
don't you be acting surprised, I'm only being me. And if by chance there comes a day that you should have a kind words to say, and you don't like me for who I am, this is what I say. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yeah. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yes. Don't know how it could be. They don't know the true person in me. Before they try to get to know me, they kept on judging me. You see, I always make my best. Now to everyone I've met. You see, I'm not a perfect man. Why can't they understand? I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yeah. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yes. Oh, yeah. Love me for me. Things that I do, things that I say, I do them all in my own way. So don't you be acting surprised, I'm only being man. And if by chance there comes a day, and you should have a kind words to say, you don't like me for who I am, so here is what I say. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yeah. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yeah. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself. Love me for me. Whoa, no, 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 whoa. Things that I do, things that I say, I do.
All right, something else I want to touch on quickly. You all remember the teachings of the Indonesian when I did the teachings of where the tsunamis will be happening for Indonesia? Anybody remember? When I did the teachings for Indonesia, when I told you all where the tsunamis will be happening, Christmas Islands and some more regions, Northern Molucca Sea, Bali Sea, Lombok, Sulawesi, the Philippines, you know. Now, yesterday, I'm going to be doing I'll do a little post on it. I will be doing a little post on it in a few days from now, maybe later on tonight or later on tomorrow. I'll do a post on it. The government of the government of Indonesia, right? Remember I told you all that Kali Central and Kalimantan South, Kalimantan North and Kalimantan East. Now today, the government of Indonesia announced that the capital of Java, or the capital of Indonesia, is Kalimantan. After all the years, let's look at this. After explaining all the tsunamis will be happening for Indonesia, now the government of Indonesia again they're going to now give the information or all the teachings that I teach, how the tsunami is going to be happening for Indonesia, and then they will give it to BMKG. This is proof that the government of Indonesia does listen to my life. I'm fed up telling you all, the elites does listen to me, and if they don't listen to me, they don't feel good. The elites, the fallen angels, the ET, the Enki, the Anunnaki, all of them fallen angels. They just listen to me. Whatever I say, they just do exactly what I say. But the truth is, they just always have an agenda behind everything they do. I don't have an agenda everything I say at all. There's no agenda to what I tell you. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth over and over and over and over. So now, all of a sudden, Kalimantan is the capital of Indonesia. Way! How Kalimantan could now be the capital of Indonesia? Right? This not adding up at all. You know why? It's not adding up. It's not adding up at all. It's an agenda. It's an agenda. It's not everything that your government do, wherever country is, they will think that your president could be unpredictable more than Elohim. You lie. So now the president of Indonesia announced that Kalimantan, a place that I have already prophesied how the tsunamis will be happening and all this kind of thing, that Kalimantan will be Kalimantan is now the capital of Indonesia. Really? Oh, really? All of a sudden, you wait until I do the teachings of Indonesia for BMKG, just like UE seismic. BMKG is no different from USGS. They just thief, they just lie, and plus they just send people to impersonate me. Yeah! I tell you, it's real and it's real. Right? That's what they did. That's what BMKG did. Right? BMKG is the seismic authority for Indonesia region. That's like how UE is for the Caribbean, right? And USGS is for the world, right? Because USGS is above BMKG, UE seismic. USGS is above all the seismic authority, whether Dominica, Venezuela, whatever country, Argentina, whoever reports earthquakes on the earth must first pass through USGS first. If we don't pass through USGS first, even notice, right? Sometime a 5.0 earthquake happened. They downgraded it to 4.9. Who downgraded? Huh? USGS. And sometime when USGS downgrade the earthquake 5.0, then bam, the other authority who get the real magnitude, they put it to 5.6. You need to think. That is the reason why you can't trust them folks. You can't trust them puppets and them is puppets, Illuminati puppets. And people wouldn't understand what I'm saying because I'm not speaking the worldly language, because I'm not speaking like a quack. Because I'm not speaking like a quack, like the quack and them in UE seismic, the quack and them in USGS, or the quack and them in the weather center, or the quack and them in the government. I'm not speaking like them. I am way educated, spiritually educated, because the education of the world was created to enslave humanity. Yeah, everybody in the flesh is a slave. Everybody. Slavery will never end until you die. When you die, slavery will end. That's your life. When you die, slavery will end for you because you're gone. But then the other generation, or your brother or your sister, whoever, you teach about being slaves or being enslaved or being not a slave anymore, they are the same ones will be slaves. So they will take up from where you live. You leave the earth being a slave, you die being a slave, your generation coming after will be slaves. Slavery will never end. When you die, slavery go with you, right? That's your part of your life. Slavery goes with you, right? That's your part of your life, being a slave in the flesh. When you pass on to the afterlife, I'll use the word afterlife. When you pass on to the nether realm, which exists here by the way, when you pass on to the other life, right? When you pass on to the other life, right? You don't be a slave in the afterlife. No. You be a slave when you're alive. That's why you need to repent while you're alive. There's no repentance in the grave. You know what that means? When you're dead, you can't speak. When you're dead, there's no life in you anymore. So when your family now go on All Saints and lighten up your grave and all them kind of nonsense, that's just tradition. That's tradition. That had nothing to do with the afterlife. You all are completely lost. Tradition blind humanity, because when one of your family members or somebody you know dead, when it's All Saints Day, All Saints is a big word, a big word in the Caribbean. Everybody knows All Saints. When All Saints Day come, you're going in the cemetery, you light up your family grave, and then you're talking about you're going to put a light for your family. That is not acceptable. That is like obia. That is like going to pray for the dead. Lighting candle for your dead loved ones, right, is an abomination to the creators. Right? When your family had life, when they had breath, they're supposed to repent. Right? Every man, woman, and child, before you leave this earth, right? When you go into the afterlife, you will have to give an account for what you did here. You understand? No family member who already alive could repent for you. It don't work so, folks. That's what religion teach you. That's what traditions teach you. But righteousness don't teach you them rubbish. You dig? Righteousness don't teach you to go and light up grave of dead people. They already dead. They lived their life. They lived their life. They have to give an account. You cannot give an account for your dead loved ones. You cannot give an account. Each man, woman, or children or child, they have to give an account of how they lived their life when they was in the flesh. You can repent or you can light candle, right, for your loved one. That is a tradition. That is a tradition that the world will never let go. Never let go. The world will never let go of that tradition. That tradition goes back to the days of slavery. Yeah, it goes back to the days of slavery. We still in slavery. It's just a modern day slavery, which is a mental slavery. A slavery that you can't even see, but you live as a slave, but you can't see that you are slaves. Because of the different systems set up by Babylon. Because Babylon sets up these different systems, folks. You see these different systems? Once these different systems are set up, you will never know that you are a slave. You think that you are free, but you never will be free. Once you're in this flesh, once you're under Elohim's glass dome, once you're living in this flat earth, not a spinning ball, eh? Once you're living here as a citizen of any country or as a human being alive and breathing, whether you're good or evil, you have to give an account for your life, how you live your life. You have to give an account for who you teach, or you teach them. You see all them pastors and them who dead, you see all them music artists and them who dead, they have to give an account. They have to. Every one of them have to give an account. I want you all to understand this.
Them all in my own way. So don't you be acting surprised. I'm only being me. And if I chance there comes a day that you should have a kind words to say, and you don't like me for who I am, this is what I say. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yeah. I can be nobody else, no. Right to be myself, yes. Don't know how it could be. They don't know the true person in me. Before they try to get to know me, they kept on judging me. You see, I always gave my best. Now you everyone I met. Yeah,
Only in kindness. Sing all the no matter the time or the climate. Happy reach a Zion, me the train I left. It's my aim and it is my target. Can't drop me in a them net eye. Couldn't I use your one piece disrespect? Through the evil with the good eye. Never bust a sweat. Happy reach a Zion, you want to a bet. Me done fuck already, everything done dead. Oh, I am on my way to Zion. Then he them be get back, yeah. I'm seeking the conquering lion. Straight forward, we not go straight back, yeah. I'm on my way to Zion. If the truth and the reason back, yeah. Are you with majesty away, man? So be well and clean up the dirty down. I might stay up so down, so make them a galak, so shedding at the street, stop from one, so back for man.
Alright, so after this, we're going to get back into that teaching. That was deep. That was some really, really deep truth that I give you all day for free. For free. Yeah? For free.
Rosa, yo, me get out from Lisa. Then let's say Zion is the place to be. But if you're not clean, tell me who you are gonna reach. Can't party get when you want to look with the beach. That's all you know, down looking at the
If you're dirty, just like what the song say, is the reason why I'm playing this song, right? If you listen to the lyrics in the song, if you're not holy or you're not righteous, alright, if you're not clean, you cannot enter. You cannot enter. If you have religion, tradition, or any sort of thing that could leave, that could just make you be left behind, any blemish, if you have anything at all that is ungodly in your life, right? If you live in an ungodly lifestyle, whether party, whether fete, whether religion, worshiping idols, you have some sort of, desire, or all them kind of things, guys. All them kind of things. I could go on and on, and I could teach you all for hours on this, because I'm breaking it down to make you understand. Other people not doing that. Other people not breaking down what they're teaching you because they don't understand. They're teaching you things that they themselves don't understand. Right? For example, Mr. Vega's teaching about slavery, and he himself in the Illuminati as a slave. So how can somebody who's already a slave set free someone who is a slave? Asking a question. Or as everybody let's say, asking for a friend. And let me just ask this again. How could someone who is already a slave, deep in the slavery, who bow down to the slave masters, the elites, right, could set free other slaves, right, who is not really higher than he, because he is a higher slave than them in a different office of a slave, all right, could set free those who are slaves? That's a question I'm asking. I'd like an answer, please.
I'm on my way to Zion. Tell me them be get back. I'm seeking the conquering lion. Straight forward, we not go turn back. Yeah. On my way to Zion. It's the truth and the reason back. Yo, are you? This man is the away, man. So be wise and clean up your dirty act. Hey, man, a foundation. We not go wonder. Give praises every day, my system, me, I get stronger. Clean up your ways and you will live more longer. Live your life accurate. If you're not wonder, happy positive, not be no failure. All the bad mind, we no want that booyah. Dirty lifestyle, we no want that booyah. Violence and the crime, we no want that booyah. Remember at the root, and I am a run booyah. All the corruption, fund that booyah. Every man killing should have a feminine gender. To child, you ought to be render. Remember, I'm on my way to Zion. Tell the heathen them be get back.
If you're not on your way to Zion, then you're on your way to hell, right? And if you're not on your way to Zion, the New Jerusalem, the New Yahrushalayim, then you're on your way to hell. In order to enter heaven, you must completely unlearn the lies of this world. If there's even a trace of lies in your life, you cannot enter. Guys, you shoot, you can't enter. The pastors and them will never tell you that, because the pastors and them living in deeper sin than you, deeper sins than you. The pastors and them doing the worst, right? The pastors and them telling you that you living in sin, but the pastors and them living in deeper sin than you. Yeah, don't think that Elohim doesn't weigh your sin. Yes, they just weigh your sin. Sins are being weighed. Yeah, the pastors and them sins are weighed because they are given the responsibility to lead the sheep. Alright, about the congregation sins mightn't be as heavy as the pastor own, because the pastor had a responsibility to lead or guide the sheep in righteousness, but the pastor didn't do that. Alright, so that's why Elohim will come down hard on the churches of men, because they were given a certain assignment to bring people into righteousness, not into unrighteousness, or not into the so-called gospel, right? Because the word gospel, all right. If we spell the word gospel, right? The word gospel came out from spell. Let me put 2 and 2 together. The word gospel came from the word spell, and the word spell came from witchcraft, because there are spells being worked in the English language. In the English language, there are certain words that could cast you out. There are certain words that the Creator wouldn't want to see your face then, right? What I'm trying to explain is that the English language has so much of corruption in it alone. It should never ever be the universal language. The universal language is ancient Hebrew, and not the Palko that they talk in Israel, not the unfinishable Hebrew that they're talking or that they're teaching today in the schools. That is not ancient Hebrew, right? They will never teach you the true ancient Hebrew, because if they teach you the true ancient Hebrew, you will have more power and more authority. Because why? Once you learn the true ancient Hebrew, right, you'll be talking directly to the creators. So ancient Hebrew is like speaking in ancient tongue. I'll just give you all the stipples there.
I'm seeking the conquering lion. Take power with me, now go turn back. On the way to Zion, leading them feet back. Yo, are you with majesty away, man? So be wise, yo. No matter the time or the climate, have to reach a Zion, meet the right knowledge. That's the truth, it is my target. Can't trap me in or tell it. Put the time. Seek ye first the kingdom of Jah and his righteousness. Then you will come to see there's nothing but happiness, only and kindness. And sing all the no matter the time or the climate, have to reach a Zion, me the train now left. It's my aim and it is my target.
So this is a lesson. This is a little snipple lesson that I'm giving you all there. So if the word gospel, right, and we get the word spell out of it because it got spells, right? We get the word spells out of it. What that spells to you? Witchcraft, right? The word gospel, witchcraft. It has so much of deceptions. The rabbit hole is so deep. The only way to enter into the rabbit hole is to unlearn the lies. And once you unlearn the lies of the rabbit hole, you will see a way in life. Trust me, right? If the word gospel spells out of it, then the word spell or the word go, right? It means go. But some people say, oh, the word gospel means to go out in the world and teach the gospel. But that just don't add up. That doesn't make sense. period, because Abba didn't send out men to teach no gospel, right? He sent them out to teach the ancient truth, the only truth that will set them free, the only truth, the ancient truth that will set you free. There is no righteousness in religion, because there is a word called gospel, that there is a curse. The word gospel, does the word spell out gospel alone is a curse. Go out in the world and deceive humanity. That's what that word means. That word gospel spells go out in the world and deceive the public, deceive the people, deceive the righteous ones, right? That they will believe that the word gospel, right, is really, or those who preaching the gospel are really the ones who working for a God. I wonder if you all understand. I wonder if you will be getting to that point where you all could understand clearly, a little clearly. There's no way Yahuwah will send someone out to cast a curse on other people who will get that teaching. Christianity is poison, right? Christianity is a spiritual poison, as well as all religions is spiritual poison. Whether you believe it or not, it is poison. And at a certain part in your journey in life, when you realize that religion is poison, right, then you'll be like, wait, you know what? But look what this religion doing. Hope that could be right. Look, this religion bringing gays, and this religion bringing gays in the pulpit to preach in the public, to preach in the pulpit. How that could be holiness? I wonder if again to the people. I wonder if actually again for you to understand. How is it possible that the Creator will speak to abominations? Never. They will never speak to abominations. The Creator will never support abominations either. The creators will never support unrighteousness. They will never support traditions. They will never, ever support your religion. They hate it, right? They hate your religion. Yahuwah hates your religion. They hate your feast days. You know what is your feast days? Your feast days is your Easter, your Christmas, your this day, planet Earth Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, all them different days are feast days. Is days where you gather with your loved ones or with your family, you sup with them. It's considered a feast. That is not the feast of the creators at all. The world do not celebrate the feast of the creators at all. They celebrate the feast of this world. They go to the temples, they go to church on Christmas Day. When it's Eid al-Fitr, the Muslims and them gather in Mecca, and all them different abominable things taking place is worship to idols, not to Yahuwah. Allah is not Yahuwah. Allah is the complete opposite of who Yahuwah really is. Yeah? Allah is not Yahuwah. Yahuwah is not Yahuwah either. You see, complete deceptions lead you a different path to destruction. Every religion leads you to a different path, but not to the path of righteousness. What religion does is lead you to a path, right? But the path for the straight and narrow path, the true path, you will never enter through that path, because you know why? That path will be a very hard path. It will be, you will go through tests, trials, tribulations, right? But the easiest path is darkness, right? That is the reason why the world love darkness. They love darkness rather than light, right? That is the reason why, as I was explaining earlier on, when you do a good deeds, it must be done in secret.
fit disrespect to the evil with the good eye. Never bust a sweat. I feel reach a giant, you want to get it. Me done fuck already, everything done descent. Oh, I am on my way to Zion. The leading them be dead back, yeah. I'm seeking the conquering lion. Straight forward, we not go turn back, yeah. I'm on my way to Zion. It's the truth and
You know, people don't like what I'm talking about, so people living their life. But it's the truth. Who else gonna tell us the truth? When it's too late, you will want to hear the truth, but it will be too late. Trust me. When it get too late and you can't hear the truth no more, you're going to be hungry for it, because you will want to know how you can escape, right? You will want to know, how could I escape this judgment? How could I escape? Or you will say, how could I be a fool for not believing what Archangel Samuel is saying? It's the truth. You think your psychics and them will tell you the truth. Your pastors, your government, your leaders, they will never tell you the truth. Because they all confide together. They all work together spiritually. Whether or not you believe what I'm saying, but all governments work together. Whether they overseas or not, it's all an agenda. All governments is one. All religion is one. Right? So it's a one world religion and a one world government. It's already happening. We already living in a one world society. We already living in a one world religion, because all religion serves one God. We know it's Lucifer. All religion serves one God. But the creators do not at all. The creators, Elohim, right? The world do not worship them in spirit and in truth, right? You have been told to worship idols, but not the creators. Because if you truly was worshiping the creators, Elohim, you would have been seeing your way in life. You would have seen your way, although you might have been going through a little tests and trials and tribulation. I mean, that is only fair that you had to go through that in order to break you out of certain ways, right? But other than that, right, to come into Elohim is very simple, very, very simple. But it's just that the fact that you all don't want to let go your ungodly ways. You don't want to let go the worldly ways, because you're so grafted in your flesh. It grafted into your flesh, that your spirit is now denominated and manipulated by your flesh, because now your spirit has taken complete control over your spiritual lifestyle. So therefore you become like immune to the desires of the world, rather than immune spiritually to keeping the commandments and to remain rooted and grounded in Elohim's righteousness, right? That is two different concepts right there. Is either you with the world, right, or is either you with Elohim? You need to choose.
But if you're not clean, tell me who you are going to be. Can't pass the gate when you go up with the beat. That's all you know, put your hand on the degree.
That's right. That's certainly right. The easiest part is the part of darkness, and that's what the world takes. Everybody on the earth, except the ones who are righteous, except the ones who fighting to be righteous, so going through whatever battle, whatever struggle they're going through right now to remain righteous, except those who willing to give up this world, who truly working day in and day out to truly give up this world. Those are the ones who truly will be given an opportunity, or truly be given a chance, or truly being given a chance, right? But all the others are gathered to be destroyed. All of them gathered to be thrown into the fire. You all have no idea what Yahuwah bringing on the earth. But because the world is completely deceived, they cannot see the end is upon them. They can't see the end is upon them at all. So what they do? They blaspheme the creators. They blaspheme against the creators. That is the reason why, right? That is the reason why Yahuwah said that he's bringing the earth to a complete halt of destruction, right? Yahuwah is bringing the earth to a complete halt of destruction, and that is what unfolding already. That is why here, then, everywhere are being saturated. You're not understanding what's going on at all, right? But this little lesson that I give you all here, I pray that it really touch your heart. I pray that it really change those ways, because being left behind will not be an easy task. I'm telling you all, being left behind will not be an easy task. Whether it's a Catholic, whether it's a Buddhist, whether it's a monk, whether into New Ageism, whether it's a atheist, or whether you don't believe in religion, or whatever and wherever, at the end of the day, if you're not rooted and grounded in righteousness, pure, true, undiluted righteousness, not diluted righteousness, not rundown truths that the psychics and them teaching you, right? Not beat up and vomit and all them kind of nasty things that they're teaching you all, right? Talking about undiluted truth, talking about a truth that is not being diluted at all, nor in the Bible, nor in the Gita, nor in the Quran, or nor in the Talmud. Alright, you don't know where these books are, do a research and you will know where these books really are. Alright, so it's time for you all to really unlearn the lies, but it's up to you. It's up to you at the end of the day. You all are given free will to choose, right? So choose right. I can't tell you what to choose, but I know there will be consequences for those who do not listen and obey what I'm saying.
This tune going out to every individual. They want to take the right manager. Oh, taking me like your system and then each enlighten your own world. Oh, yeah. I'm on my way to Zion. Tell me then be dreadful. I'm seeking the conquering lion. Dreadful when I return back. Yeah. On my way to Zion. It's the truth and the reason back. Yo, are you? It's when you see a way man. So be wise and clean up your dirty act. Hey, man, a foundation. We not go wonder. You pray this every day, my system, me, I get stronger.
So is it, and is that the truth? That is the truth, and that is the hardest truth that people will not, some people doesn't want to accept that. They doesn't want to accept that they're really walking in ungodliness, or they're really walking in righteousness. They think the religion is above righteousness, right? They think that they know it all, but they don't know nothing. At the end of the day, they are slaves, just like everybody else who running behind the slave masters. You dig? You understand what I mean? So, if the world loves me, let me be real here. If the world really loved me and everybody did really love me, right? This life will have like 600 people on it, because the world love me. Because the world do not love me, I will not have no amount of people on the live listening. Because you know why? The world is not interested in righteousness, right? Because the world will love their own kind. For example, if we can go live, the whole world or the whole country, the whole of Trinidad will be tuned in. Alright, for example, if there's like let me see, if Donald Trump, right, going and do a news broadcast or a news live, you're seeing 1 million people on the live, you're seeing 6,000 people on the live, you know what I mean, on that live, on their live, wherever news group they decide to use, right? Because the world love them, the world love their own. The world will never love those who are not of them. Because I am not of them, the world will never love me, and I accept that, right? And the world I'm talking about could be your family members, could be your wife, your husband, your child, could be a dog, could be a parrot, you know what I mean, could be a goldfish, you nice goldfish you have in the tank, you know what I mean. I just make another example. Not obviously, you know, pets will hate you, anything like that. I'm talking about human beings. They are the worst enemies to the own self. Human beings' worst enemy is the ego. They have a lot of ego. You know what I mean? The ego is so high right, that they think that their way is the right way, right, that is because the ego take over the subconsciousness. And once the ego take over the subconsciousness, there's no room for understanding, there's no room for wisdom, and there's no room to gain a little knowledge to understand certain things that they need to break out of their life. All right, them is the worst enemy. Yeah, humans is the humans is the own worst enemy. Is the truth?
Live your life accurate. If you're not wonder, happy positive, not be no failure. All this bad mind, we know want that go ya. Dirty lifestyle, we know want that go ya. Violence and the crime, we know want that go ya. Remember at the root, and I'm a run go ya. All the corruption, fun that go ya. Every masculine should have a feminine gender. To Jah, you're to be render. Remember, I'm on my way to Zion. Tell the hidden them be dead bastard. I'm seeking the conquering lion. Straight forward, we not go turn back. On my way to Zion. Leading them be dead bastard. Yo, are you with majesty away, man? So be wise, yeah. No matter the time nor the climate, have to reach a Zion. Need the right knowledge. That's the truth. It is my target. Can't shut me not then let put the time.
Jala love me by. More than gold, so save your soul. Words more than gold. Your love works more than gold.
Yeah, but here was the saddest part. The saddest part is I can sit down and spend 6 hours teaching people the truth, right? But not most people can't even sit up. They can't even make that sacrifice to listen. Right? That is the bad thing. The bad thing is people not listening. Right? They wouldn't make the sacrifice to listen to the truth. But I am saying down here 6 hours, sometimes 24 hours, sometimes days, beating it out, going live for 8 hours straight every day, sometimes 16 hours. I make any sacrifice to reach you, but you not make any sacrifice to reach the kingdom. Right? That doesn't making sense. It not making sense at all. I can make this sacrifice to reach you, but you are making any sacrifice to reach the kingdom of Elohim at all. You always want help, handouts. You always want handouts, right? You want me, right, to when the rapture coming close, to tell you. When earthquakes going to happen, you want me to tell you, right? You always want to be in the know, but you never want to learn. You don't want to learn the truth at all, right? You message me and say, bro, when this happening? Bro, when this happening? And you know, bro will give you the answer. Bro will tell you when it will happen. You know, bro will say, well, bro will say, you know, it will happen so and so, and bam, it will happen, obviously, right? But the truth is, you can't use bro like that, man. You can't use bro like that. I am making this sacrifice to reach to you, to reach out to you, the public. But you are making this sacrifice at all to listen, right? So therefore, you are not part of getting in the ark at all. You are part of being left behind. You are part of going through the complete destruction of Yahuwah, because anybody outside the ark of safety, counted all gone. Right? So everything bro doing for you is from the heart, right? It's from the heart. Yes, I had to talk about it because people are not appreciating it. And I'm not doing this to get likes or to be famous or anything like that, or to get shares or anything like that. That is the worldly concept. I don't deal with worldly concept. I deal with the spiritual concept. And the spiritual concept is to reach you. No matter how much hours I sacrifice. You know what it takes to sit down 8 hours hours. You know what it takes to sit down 16 hours? You know what it takes to sit down in the fucking hot sun? Yeah, and you know what? I had a bus out of the stress call. You know what it takes, folks, to sit down in the hot sun for 8 hours to bring you alive? You know what it is, right? To scrunch my eyes, to bring in or to zoom in. Sometimes it's hell. Sometimes it's real hell. Sometimes the phone ain't functioning right. Sometimes I do the equipment that I have not even working, right? But I'm still trying to push myself to the limit to reach you. But I'm also fucking ungrateful, and that is the truth. You're too ungrateful. That is the problem with humanity. You're ungrateful. But let me tell you something. How did that operate? Let me say somebody who famous, right? They will go to their life. They will stay up. The eyes may be closing on them, but they're still listening to the life because they are on the inside the life, right? Because that's somebody who famous. They want to be they want to be acknowledged, right? They want the person who see them on the life. They want to be acknowledged because that person famous now, so that person will big them up or rate them or some kind of shit. I don't do that. I don't rate up nobody. The only thing I just do is try to encourage people and make that is to do with people who come on the live, encourage them, teach them, a little shout them out now, make them feel special because they are special. In order for me to sit down and teach you, in order for me to go live, you have to be special, folks. If you wasn't special, I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't waste my precious time. Alright, I wouldn't waste my time to talk to a bunch of booblies. I wouldn't waste my time to talk to people who blocking one ear and then blocking the next ear and saying Archangel Samuel false or saying Archangel Samuel said this and it never happened. If it never happened, say praise Yah. It never happened. You could have died, right? Oh, Archangel Samuel predicted the earthquake in California. It never happened. Somebody told me that earlier on here in January, right? You predict earthquakes last year in August. You predict the earthquakes. It never happened. When you say it will happen, we'll be still waiting for Archangel Samuel for a 10.1 earthquake to happen. You are ridiculously fools. Because if a 10.1 earthquake happen, you're fucking dead. You're dead, right? You wouldn't live to see it. Right? You wouldn't live to see it. The things that I am prophesying is the end, but you refuse to acknowledge it because they're in your flesh. Right? Once you remain in your flesh, you will remain lost. That is the truth.
Savior soul, you are more than gold. Still down. You can't say you've never been told. Ancient wisdom, black and gold. Don't let the world and lose your soul. Life is better than silver and gold. For King Rosa golden. Very soon their glory fade away. To show the King of Zion is the creator of night and day. Jah love more than gold. So Savior soul can never grow cold. Still down, Jah love more than gold. So Savior soul worth more than gold. Oh yeah, equality and just one stands for all. We know that Babylon queen.
Let me tell you something, I will not be used by humanity. I have been used plenty times. This is not something I'm making up. I help real people. I help a lot of people. You never hear me come on Facebook and boast about it, ever? Huh? I help a lot of people. A lot of people. I help the poor. I help the rich. I help the sick. I help the downtrodden, right? I help the depressed. I help a lot of people see the way in life. Help them financially. Help them spiritually. Help them carnally. I help them emotionally. I help a lot of people see the way. And you know what they did? You know what these people did? I don't need to read and spell, I don't need to read and spell. The sacrifices I'm making to reach you, you take it for granted. You will be the one to suffer the consequences for rejecting my sacrifices, or the sacrifices that Elohim, or the mercy that Elohim is showing you. Right? You will be the ones to suffer in the end. I wouldn't be the one to suffer in the end, because you run other places for your oil, right? When Yahushua comes, which will be in a few weeks or a few months from now, when Yahushua returns, right, and you don't have this truth, you don't know this truth, you didn't give up the worldly understanding of religion and tradition, you keep upholding it, and you make it a pedestal in your home, in the center of your home, rather than putting Elohim first, rather than unlearning the lies of this system or this world, you will be the one to suffer in the end, not Archangel Samuel or not anybody else who done the same by following that process of unlearning the lies of Babylon. Without unlearning the lies of Babylon, you will never ever be raptured. You will not be raptured. You hear what I'm saying, right?
Slavery chains and no breaking, brighter days will be dawning. We trust faces on every arm, we're all trampled under the sun. Oh, we are hypocrites no more, for your light has come. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. It works more than gold. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. Words more than gold. Oh yeah, all other grounds are sinking sand. Only Jaja love can make me strong. In the time of tribulation, Jaja divine supervision. Why? Over the homeless and feed the hungry. So free the captives like a bird in the tree. We as a people, we need to be free. Only Jaja.
Alright, so, alright, my throat kinda hurts me now, right? I talk a lot. Have been a while since I went deep down in the rabbit hole, but I ain't go deeper because there are deeper things in the rabbit hole that you will never understand, whether you're awake or you're not awake, right? There are certain things better left unsaid than being said. There will be too much questions to answer, and too much doubts, and that will develop doubts because people do not really know about the spiritual world at all. They think they know about the spiritual world because they maybe had 2 or 3 visits, right? But the truth is they do not know nothing about the spiritual world, right? They build their life around the system of Babylon, and they think that the system of Babylon will exist forever, right? That's why they put it in the Catholic prayer. They put it in the Catholic prayer, world without end. Yeah, they put it in the Catholic prayer, world without end. So once they put it in the Catholic prayer, or they put it in the Bible, there is a world without end, or the world have no end. That is an agenda. So every generation that comes saying, well, okay, the world have no end, we will build ourselves here on the earth, we will buy cars, buy house, big up ourselves, big up our children, whatever. When we dead, we children will inherit that. Yes, at a cost. Yes, when you die and you're gone, yes, your children will inherit it. Or if you have no children to inherit it, then the government will inherit it. Even if you have children to inherit it, sometimes your children doesn't really inherit your inheritance. The government seizes your inheritance from your children who's supposed to receive that inheritance. Or sometimes the church members will be the ones to deceive you, to take your inheritance from you. You know what I mean? It goes real deep now. You know, it goes real deep. Real deep. I'd say the rabbit hole is very deep.
Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. Yours more than gold. Sit down, Lord. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. Works more than gold. You can't say you've never been. Your love nearby. It's more than gold, so save your soul. Words more than gold. Your love works more than gold. soul, be worth more than gold.
You know the sad part about this? All the mega quakes going to happen in the night when people sleeping. Yeah? When people sleeping is when the mega quakes going to happen. When the jolts going to happen. We're going into a different phase. Right? We're heading into a different phase. When we enter into the month of September, it will be acceleration. Acceleration. Complete acceleration. Because the month of September is a very special month. Up to October, from September to October is very, very special. I will be talking about that in maybe in a few days. I'll be telling you all, or teaching you all rather, of the true feast days of Elohim, so that you all will have an idea when the true feast days will be coming now. Those are the things that the pastors are supposed to be teaching in the church, right? Those are the things that the people on Facebook who talking about God, and God bless you, and God bless you sister, and God bless you sister, and Jesus this, and Jesus that. Oh my God, sister, I'm speaking this word over your life right now. All bullshit, right? All bullshit to gain followers, right? Religion is a religion of favoritism, right? Favoritism, right? Once you are favorite one, people will follow you. Once you are into religion and you into tradition, the world will love you because you're into their standard. You're into the standard of the world. Once you're into religion and tradition, the world will love you. They will love on you. Yeah, they will love on you. They will give you anything that you want, anything at all. That is why these televangelists and them rich, right? That is the reason why the government does never tax the churches. The churches does never ever be taxed. Why they never tax the churches, folks? You know why it doesn't tax the churches? Because the church is a part of the system of Babylon. And the church being a part of the system of Babylon, it plays a role in deceiving the public. Yeah? And that is how the pastors are being paid. The pastors are being paid through your tithes. Right? Through your tithes. That they claim, oh, God said for you to pay your tithes. Right? But Elohim didn't speak nothing about paying your tithes through money. But tithing, it was really food. It was always about food. But the system of Babylon turned it into a business. That is why religion is a business.
You can't say you've never been told. Ancient wisdom, black and gold. Don't get to work and lose your soul. Life is better than silver or gold. False king, Rosa fallen. Very soon their glory fades away. To show the king of Zion is the creator of night and day. Jah love worth more than gold. So save your soul can never grow cold. Still down, Jah love worth more than gold. So save your soul worth more than gold. Oh yeah.
So true what's it?
The judgment stands for all. We know that Babylon queen have got to fall. Slavery changed.
And again, I reiterate here. If the world loves me and is loving on me, alright, it's because your ass is one of them. In other words, again, if the world loves me, or if the world loves you and is loving on you, meaning if the world gives you whatever you want, the world supports you, the people of the world, whatever religion and tradition, they're always in your life, they're supporting you, they're being there for you and all this kind of thing. I mean, those who love the world, but those who love the world are their own followers. Those who love Elohim have no followers. And that's the real thing, right? That's the truth. Right? Anyone who loves the world, right, cannot love the Father, because the Father ain't want nothing to do with the world. Alright? In other words, the Father ain't want nothing at all to do with this world, because the world is ungodly. Alright? The Father is holy, the world is ungodly. Difference. The world is ungodly, the Father is holy. Holiness and ungodliness don't mix. right? Because Yahuwah hates your feast days, your religion, your idolatry, your idol worship, and all different evil things taking place on the earth. And the reason why his judgment has been commenced since 2017. Since 2017, the judgment of Elohim has been commenced. And if you take notes of everything that I teach you, then you will be like, wow, I didn't know this was really actually the truth. I had it in my spirit, but I didn't know, right, that, you know, what Archangel Samuel is really speaking about is really the truth, because those are things that I've thought about already. Those are the things that will come to your mind, right, when you start to think about what I'm saying, or when you start to meditate on the words that I'm saying, so to speak, so that you will have a better understanding of where or who you should listen to.
No breaking, bright like days will be dawning. We drop chases on every hand. We're all trampled under that sun. Oh, we are hypocrites no more, for your light has come. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. It works more than gold. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. Works more than gold. Oh yeah.
When I mean brighter days are coming. Let it be real here. Nobody can sit down all this hour and talk to you all. Who does do that? Huh? Anybody can tell me who does sit down? Not even the psychics and them that sit down for a whole hour. They must only go for 28 minutes. Sometimes they go for 28 minutes. Sometimes they go for half an hour. And that is all they just go. Them must never go hours and hours and hours and hours. No. Going hours is a waste of time for them. But for Elohim, it's a sacrifice. Right? It's a sacrifice. Right? The pastors and them, the Facebook prophets and them, they don't go 3 hours. They don't go 3 hours. They don't go 6 hours. They don't go 8 hours. No, they don't do that, folks. Yeah? They don't do that. They just go for 30 minutes, a half an hour. Sometimes they go for like 20 minutes. Sometimes they go for, some of them might go a little hour sometime. Some of them might cross maybe till 2 hours once in a while. But I doing it every day, every single day. Every day I doing it, right? That's why other people come and steal the teaching. They will come steal it, then they will go back to the page and say, well, you know, we discovered this and we discovered that, right? But the truth is, they all learn everything that they learn on the earth is from me. Tectonic plates, where the tectonic plates are, where the fault lines are, where the different ridges are, and all them different beautiful things. They all learn from me how the splits will be happening, how the storms happening, where will be saturated. They learn different things from me. It's me they learn it from, folks. Me, because the world don't listen to me, alright, they could steal it and put it in their own words to build audience. To build an audience of influence over the people, so that they could deceive them, so that they could worship them, so to speak, right? They could worship them, because once what they say, what they steal from me come to pass, and obviously the people go worship them. They will worship them. They will say, oh gosh, sister or brother, my gosh, you just talked about this last night and boom, it happened. No, it's because they steal it from Archangel Samuel. I out here a long time with folks. I out here long than Devika, Ragu, and all the sidekicks on them. I out here since 2007, right? I know all these deceptions. I know all the ropes of the Christian pastors on them. I know all the deception. I know all their lies. Because I went to the churches, I exposed them. I know everything. I know basically everything. Nobody could fool me, you know. Nobody could deceive me, right? Nobody can deceive me, nobody can fool me, right? Maybe you can take me for a fool because maybe I look like a donkey to you, right? But no, nobody riding this jackass. You know what I mean? Nobody riding this jackass. Well, I'm find I ride this jackass a lot. Well, I'm find so. Years, you know, since 2007, I on air. Since 2007, I on Facebook, you know, because 2007 they didn't really start doing the live. They didn't really bring out the, you know, the live and all this kind of thing. They didn't start that yet. But I was on Viber and MySpace. Anybody know what's MySpace? Right. If you know what's MySpace, I was on MySpace. MySpace was similar to Facebook. I a long time here, folks. I a long time. Me and just come here and say I go and talk to you all, or say I go in and predict or prophesy divinely things. I a wrong here long time. It's long time I hear wrong. I a long time. And yeah, on that attack for a long time by the Christians, the Muslims, the Buddhists, the New Agers, the Sky Watchers. They all hate me, you know. Yes, they all hate me because I am not like them. What I do is expose the evil, the atrocities of the wicked ones. Once they were given a lot of opportunities to repent and they never repent, Yahuwah sent me to expose them, to expose their atrocities, to expose their lies, so that the people will know what is the next step of an agenda. You know what I mean?
Our sinking sand, only Jaja love can make me strong. In the time of tribulation, Jaja divine supervision. Why? Over the hopeless and feed the hungry. So free the captives like the bird in the tree. We as a people, we need to be free. Only Jaja let this be. Jaja works more than gold. So save your soul. Yours more than gold. Sit down, Lord. Jaja works more than gold. So save your soul. Works more than gold. You can't say you've never been.
Alright, so you can't say that you have never been told the ancient truth of Elohim. You cannot say that. Right? Yahuwah will tell you you lie. Right? You can't say when that day come that you never hear about the ancient truth of Elohim. You did. But some of you accepted, rejected. Some of you accepted, halfway rejected. Right? We understand you're only human. Right? But you had to make a chance. You had to make you had to make a decision. Right? Because time winding down. It winding down. Right? It winding down. Christ ain't coming to save nobody. Jesus ain't coming to save nobody. Right? All what you think that you learn or you know, right? It's all an illusion. The space walking, man walking on the moon and all them kind of shit is an illusion. They teach that as part of their education deception. It's part of their deception to deceive humanity, so that when the end come, they will be so blinded that they won't be able to see the truth. And you know, that is the truth, eh? That is the complete truth. So that they won't be able to see, right? They will be spiritually blind, although they are awake. Although they are awake, they're not spiritually awake as a people yet, right? They're brainwashed, right? And they will believe the lies of their enemies. They will never ever support the righteousness of Elohim because of the lies and the spiritual blindness of tradition, right? It blinds them from seeing the truth.
Of love we abide.
4.6, 29 minutes ago.
More than gold, so save your soul. Words more than gold. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. Works more than gold. Sit down, Lord. You can't say you've never been told. Ancient wisdom, black and gold. Don't get to work and lose your soul. Life is better than silver or gold. For King heroes of golden. Very soon their glory fade away. To show the King of Zion is the creator of night and day. Your love works more than gold. So save your soul. Can never grow cold. Still down, Lord. Your love works more than gold. So save your soul. Worth more than gold. Oh yeah. Equality and judgment stands for all.
Alright guys, we're gonna close off in the next 15 minutes. Not gonna be staying too long here. Alright, so we're not gonna be staying too long on this live, as yeah, I kind of getting fed up talking the same thing over and over now. So you know, I have all rights to get fed up, right? But I have to do what I have to do. I had to make these sacrifices. I had to make these sacrifices. It's my responsibility to teach people the truth. My responsibility to teach people the truth. All right. So what we're going to talk about next? We're just going to wean off of that conversation that we was talking about. Maybe the next time again. I'm hopeful that you all will maybe share the live to whatever group or wherever anybody that can share the live, that maybe they can listen to it when they spare time, wherever. But I'm telling you all, we don't really have much time left, because Yahushua is returning in this year. This year is 2019. All right. This year is 2019, but we're still in the Gregorian year 2019, but we are actually accelerating into the 7,381 years since creation. Yeah, let me repeat that. We are really at 7,381 years. All right, the world is very young. It's not old. It's not old. It's not old. Our scientists say the earth is 10 billion years and all that kind of fucking lies. That's just lies, right? The earth is young. The earth is a young place, right? But because of the evil and the atrocities and all the evil things going on the earth, the creators could no longer stand the stench, and they need to bring the world to an end. It's either you're in or it's either you're out, right? You must make up your mind right now. Make up your mind right now if you're in or if you're out. It's up to you. Alright, so remember that I teach you all about the earthquakes. Remember, whenever anybody remember when I teach you all about the earthquakes, when I teach you all about the earthquakes to happen in the Caribbean islands, and I did the drawing specifically to show you where all the earthquakes will be happening. And right, my drawing have the where the storms will be happening and all those other beautiful things. Alright, so we're gonna talk. Let's see if I can spin this mic a little press quickly.
Works more than gold, so save your soul. Works more than gold. Your love works more than gold, so save your soul. Works more than gold. Oh yeah, all other grounds are sinking sand. Only Jaja love can make me strong. In the time of tribulation, Jaja divine supervision. Why? Over the homeless and feed the hungry. So free the captives like a bird in the tree. We as a people, we need to be free. Only Jah can let this be. Jah love works more than gold, so save your soul. Yours more than gold. Sit down, Lord. Jah love works more than gold, so save your soul. Works more than gold.
Alright, so you know what? Today I'm just going to be talking about the storms for what's going to happen for the Caribbean, right? Alright, let's pause that. I am just going to be talking about the storms. I'm just going to be talking about one storm, right? I can't make it talk about the other storms that are going to be happening. You'll hear about that in the next live. But what I want you all to do is just take a screenshot, because this is a new drawing that I did. I start this drawing. This drawing is the path of Thurian and where Thurian will be going. As you all can see, Thurian will dip. It will dip down to the east, right? Oh no, you all not seeing my mouse, right? As I said already, Thurian will dip down to the northeast of Trinidad. There will earthquakes happening to the northeast of Trinidad. That is to bring the split, right? So it means that the earthquakes doing the dismantling, right, and the storms or the hurricane force winds or the atmospheric tsunamis is doing the saturation. Okay, so again, as the earthquakes is doing the dismantling of the tectonic plates, and the atmospheric tsunamis, right, are bringing the saturation for particular places where the split will be happening. All the other places that will not be saturated are the places that will remain, and those are the places that will go through hell. Right? Well, I don't need to read and spell every single thing so that the public could understand. Right? But as I'm saying already, as I'm saying here right now, the public like easy thing. They don't like to sit down and listen to a whole live 5 hours or 8 hours. They don't appreciate me saying down 8 hours. They don't appreciate they really be honest, the public do appreciate the love of Elohim at all. They don't appreciate the sacrifices of Elohim at all. But one day coming, that they will want to hear, or they will want to hear the ancient truth of Elohim, but it will be very late. Right? Remember, my words will fall to the ground. It will be too late because bam, it will be already too late. Right? Archangel Samuel won't be around all the days of your life to be telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that. So I won't be around all the days of your life to be trying to coach you for you to understand certain things. You dig? Right? So as I said already, that day coming, that day coming, and that day is right now approaching. Right? That day is right now approaching. What happened there when you joined by? You have to just go back. Alright, so the drawing must kind of shift there wrong, but anyhow, it's supposed to be the same way, right? Alright, so we're going to be talking. Let me just see if I can just unscrew this mic from here, boy. Can't afford to hold it up right. Yeah, as I was saying already, right? Just to clear things up, right? Now, as you see the drawing there, right? The drawing a little different now. As I told you all, there will be another storm. Another storm is coming. Let me just put this. Let me just put that a little way across here, because the storm passing a little way above Trinidad. But I just drawing out a different way now. I'm showing you all a different how to make the connections at the storm. But remember, the storm started Barbados, right? But it didn't really start Barbados. This is where the storm started, right? This is the point where the storm started. The storm started right here, alright? And where the frick Barbados going now? Alright, so as you can see, Barbados there, right? Alright, so I'm just showing you all now where our next storm will be happening. As you can see, this is to go Rio Claro here, right? So, but remember the storm Thurian, although already accelerating up here. So this point that I'm drawing here, this will be like an atmospheric tsunami will happen here to saturate here, because the split is happening from Labre straight across to Rio Claro, right? Remember that Trinidad will split in 3, right? Actual 3. Trinidad is actually splitting in 3. Hence the reason for the earthquakes happening in Carupano and Marvin, in order to bring a separation. Now, the storm Dorian is right now, let me see where the storm Dorian is. The storm Dorian is right now in Barbados because it is moving very slow, right? I wonder if you'll see what I'm talking about, boy, the storm Dorian. Right, I was watching somewhere else, okay. The storm Dorian is right now in Barbados, right? Right now in Barbados is where the storm is, right? The storm is in Barbados, right? Barbados is where the storm is right now. Those are places that has not been saturated for a year, right? Barbados didn't get saturated. Remember, all these places was having a heat wave and droughts and all them different things was happening in Barbados. So therefore, what I'm trying to explain to you all is there will still be a drought. Although Dorian going to sweep through the Caribbean islands, the drought still will be there, as this is the end. There's also a drought in Trinidad too, as well. As you can see, because the earth is flat, and the map is showing you that, alright, because the earth is flat, the islands are really close together, but because of the distance between the from point A to point B, meaning the distance between coast to coast, from the coast of Trinidad, from the north coast or from the northeast coast of Trinidad to Speyside, Tobago, right? Because of the distance of the coastline, that's what they're talking about, how it's plenty time to reach across there. But I want to tell the public something a little advanced. I didn't really want to go into this, because I kind of not really want to get into that deeper teaching. But I will go into it anyhow because I want to explain something here real quick. Please, just turn a ear to listen to this. Now, the reason why the airport authority, they have certain flight schedule and say, well, it will take 8 hours to go from point A to point B, or from Trinidad to Panama City, it will take 8 hours, or it will take 3 hours to reach Panama City, or it will take 45 minutes to reach Grenada, and all them kind of things, because they program the plane to go a certain way. Yeah, they program the planes a certain way to go at a certain altitude, right? Once the plane goes, once the aircraft goes at a certain altitude, right, it will go at once it goes at a certain altitude, the pace of the aircraft will come to a certain slow vibes, mean that in order to reach a particular destination, they can't fly too fast, right? Remember, when they were programming these planes, when they were bringing in or teaching pilots to fly the plane, right, they program them one time. So one time they are programmed, right? So these pilots are flying the planes, they are programmed pilots, that certain things that happening in the cockpit, right? You know what's the cockpit, right? Certain things that happen in the cockpit, the pilots and them are unaware. That's the reason why sometimes when the plane take off, sometimes the cockpit does catch a fire and all them different things. Then they just blame it on the airline. But the truth is the airport authorities, the people who oversee the dispatchers, they are the ones who are responsible for making sure that the pilots check his surroundings before he take off the plane. You see, what I'm trying to explain to you, the public, is that everything on the earth, whether it's government, whether it's business-wise, it is an agenda. It always will be an agenda, because the hearts of men is not pure. And if their hearts is not pure, therefore their intentions will never ever be right. Trust me. Trust me with that. So that means that the flight from Trinidad and Tobago is supposed to be at least 10 minutes. But the way how they program the plane, the way how they program the pilots to fly the plane, right? They program the pilots to fly the plane at a certain altitude. Therefore, the plane will go at a certain distance, because that's how they program the plane. What I'm trying to say is that the distance from Trinidad and Tobago is not far. It's really not far. Being on a flat earth, it's not far at all. It's a complete deception. Next, we're going to be talking about, let's go up the Caribbean island. Well, you all saw, all right, so you all saw Barbados, you all saw Antigua, Guadeloupe, all those places will be affected. What's going on here, boy? So let me just wait for the drawing to show up there. So it's to show up. Alright, so if you look at the drawing here, right? You look at the drawing, right? This two that is seen here is Trinidad, and you could see part of the storm will affect Trinidad, right? And this is what will happen. It will spin back to Trinidad. It will spin back to Trinidad. It will be like, it will die. It will, when this saturation is completed, right? Listen to me carefully. When this saturation is completed for all the islands like Barbados, Grenada, half of Tobago, Speyside, Tobago will also get affected by the hurricane. Going up the chain of the Lesser Antilles, the islands, Grenada, St. Vincent, Grenada, the Grenadines, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica Republic, Puerto Rico, they will all be affected by Thurian. But before it goes up to Puerto Rico, it have to make a stop and then to build into a hurricane. It can just dive into a hurricane just like that. And tonight I'm going to be explaining to you all how hurricane started. Well, I know I already explained that to you all already a few years ago, but I will just, refresh your mind a little bit. All right.
And I hope you feel the same way too. The goodness of your words will carry you through. Do good unto others, and I will do the same for you. Give it a try, my friend, and you will prove what I'm saying is true. Love.
Also, I'm going to be explaining about the hurricane to also affect Florida. Yes, to affect Florida. There's a new tropical disturbance. They call it a new tropical depression. They call it a depression. I don't think that's a nice word to use when you're describing hurricanes or new storms and stuff like that. But there's a new tropical disturbance near Florida, close to Bahamas. Now that is going to do a whole new level of saturation for America, and I'm going to be showing you all tonight where the places where that hurricane, all right, well, right now is a tropical disturbance or depression, wherever, off the coast of the east coast of America. As you all know, that is going to be doing the saturating inland, right? So that's going to create the saturation for inland. So all the other places like Atlanta, Georgia, are going to be telling you all about that. And on tonight's live, right, I'm going to tell you all where this tropical storm going besides Thurian. As I told you all last night, there's supposed to be a new formation of a new storm again, right now. The storm that formed this evening around 5 p.m. all right, is going to head to Florida. But before it reaches to Florida, there's something special that is going to happen. All right, there's something that never happened before will be happening with these storms. You see these storms? You see Thurian, what they call Thurian, and the other storm, when it forms, it will be called I think it's Ike. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Irene. The new storm will be called Irene. But the truth is, after Thurian reached up to the Caribbean, after Thurian reached up to, let me say, halfway to Grenada, there will be a next storm again forming. Now this storm will do saturation for places like Rio Claro and Diego Martin. All right. Remember that Trinidad had a lot of different saturation or atmospheric tsunamis happening, right? So if you don't believe, just go back and look at the news. Look at the news, and you will see where all had rains and stuff like that, and then you will know what I do. I was thinking about compiling a full video to show you on the live today, but I didn't get that done. But anyhow, let's go back and look at all where the storms happen. All where the storms happen, where they call it a freak storm. There's nothing called a freak storm. Let me be real. There's nothing called a freak storm. Anytime anything that picks up with wind and anything that moves around trees or break trees or anything like that is a storm. Nothing called a freak storm. And that is a term being used by the weather personators and them who talk continually about, not only the weather impersonator do that, you know, the people who does do the seismic people, USGS, they too does say and talk about aftershocks and aftershocks. It's the same deception going over and over and over. I'm here to clear the air to make you understand there is nothing called an aftershock. Anything that happened in the same place after an earthquake is indeed an earthquake. There's nothing called an aftershock, alright? Or aftershock or foreshock. That's bullshit.
It's the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of the Father. If your neighbor comes begging you something, don't say go and come tomorrow. Give it now while you can. And I know, Jah will bless you. Oh, love is the answer. There ain't no other. We must exercise our love by forgiving and helping. We should teach others what they need to learn. Forgive them even when your heart hurts. Love, I'm feeling. Love, that's feeling. Love, I'm feeling. Oh, yeah. Love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer.
So what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 minutes, I will be explaining about the tracking of Thurian and where Thurian is exactly going and where the storm will stop and build into a hurricane. I will also be explaining of the other storms to come to do saturation for different places. Oh yeah, before I forget, there is a place right now, Africa, Angola, Zambia, all those different places right now is burning more than the Amazon, right? So I want to put this question to the public, to everybody who's listening, right? Is it possible that the same government who so-called burning down the Amazon is the same government that burning down places like in Greece or we call it place, boys, Alaska, close to Anchorage? It's a fire going on right now close to Anchorage. Alright, close to Anchorage, those are places where I had earthquakes. Remember that, right? Those are places where I had intense earthquakes or intense seismic activity there, right? So is it possible that the same government, the Brazil government, who so-called burning down the Amazon, is the same government that burning down Alaska, the same government that burning down Angola, Zambia, Africa, right? The same government that burning down Greece, right? All you need to think. There is no way that the same government who burning down Brazil is the same one burning down South Africa and all those different places where have forest fire, right? And I explained to you already that the forest fires that is happening, it is supernatural, right? It's supernatural because is the creators who lighten fire, burning down the forest, so that the mega catastrophic tsunamis could flow very easy. You all don't think. Anything they say, you all will just run with it without questioning the authority.
Love, Father, love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. answer. True love of the Father. Love I am feeling. Love lies to me. Love lies to me. Oh, I will always do the good I can. War on hatred I can't stand. And I hope you feel the same way too. The goodness of your words will carry you through. Do good unto others, and I will do the same for you. Ooh, give it a try, my friend, and you will prove what I'm saying is true. Oh, love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of the Father.
All right, come on, guys. 100 shares. This is the live way again, the real news. Don't run to Trinidad and Tobago Weather Center. Don't run to Weather Center. Don't run to none of them because they don't have an idea of what's really going on. They can't even say where Thurian will go next, right? They can't even say. But from tracking, according to their calculation, it's going to come into the Caribbean island. But I'm telling you all, there's going to be a switch going to be happening. There's going to be a swing of this storm. This storm going to be a swing because it has to be used to do a little damage and a little saturation.
Love is the answer. True love is the answer. Got to believe me.
Like I'm talking to you, Sherry. Sherry, not everybody, not every day is Monday, you know. Not every day is Monday, eh?
I will always do the good I can for an hatred I can't stand. And I hope you feel the same way too. The goodness of your works will carry you through. Do good unto others, and I will do the same for you. Give it a try, my friend, and you will prove what I'm saying is true. Love is the answer. There ain't no other. Oh, love is the answer. True love of the Father. If your neighbor come begging you something, don't say go.
The world is completely lost. They don't know what's going on at all, right? They just hear a news station like CNN and one of them say something and they just run with it, right? No, the Amazon is not being burned just by itself or just by coincidence. Is it coincidence that Ecuador too is burning at the same time when Amazon is being burnt? No, you all don't think. Same thing happening in Australia too.
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Don't neglect the farming, scarring in the mud. Yet they want to be the first to read the food as it was. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and poor out. Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure house.